going to be soon changing my villages over to winter, and as you see, I have these little ladybugs. Olivia painted rocks for me into ladybugs, and this is the ladybug crossing. And ladybugs hibernate in the winter, so they need a hibernation hut. So I am going to be making them a little hibernation hut. Let me show you what we're going to do. I have this birdhouse I got from Dollar Tree, and I had Scott cut the little perch off, and then he drilled a hole in the bottom of it for me. And that's just because I actually am going to put the ladybugs in here, and I need to have a way to get them back out again. I haven't decided if I'm going to cover up the hole. That might be how the ladybugs are going to go in it. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But I'm going to turn this birdhouse into a ladybug hibernation hut. Of course, I am going to make this look very rustic because that's the way everything else on my critter village looks. And so I've got some of these twigs that I collected from my yard. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them down to size, and I'm going to glue them on the roof. And before I glue them on the roof, I am going to take some paint, some whitewash paint, and I'm going to paint the roof and let it dry so that if any of the wood shows through, it won't matter. It'll kind of blend in because this wood is very light. As you can see. Okay, so I have the twigs on here. It's looking a little rough, but I'm not done yet. I think I'm going to put a twig across the top as kind of like a ridge pole or whatever that's called. I think it's called a ridge pole. And then I have some of these little tiny pine cones. I think I'm going to glue those along the edge of the front and the back just to kind of clean it up a little bit. I kind of got a little heavy with the glue in some places, and I might take some more black paint and kind of disguise that as well. I was trying to decide if I wanted to cover this whole thing in popsicle sticks to kind of give it that siding, the look of siding. I still haven't 100% decided. My problem is trying to go up into this peak might be a real bear. And then I used this repair marker to color it just to see what it would look like. I still haven't 100% decided if I want to do the siding look or not. I kind of would like to, but in the meantime, I've got this little chalkboard, and I have decided I'm going to cover up the hole because I don't want it to look like a birdhouse. And I'm going to write on here the ladybug rest, or the ladybug arms. I'm going to think of a like a hotel type sign, and write it on here. I'm just going to use some white paint and paintbrush, and hopefully I can do it. I think I'm going to write it in pencil first and then trace over it with the paint. I'm going to do that, and I think I am going to go ahead and do the popsicle stick siding, but I'm not going to stain it with the marker. I'm going to do something else, pretty sure. But let me get this sign done first. Well, my handwriting is not the best, but let's say it looks rustic. I went with the ladybug arms. I thought that was kind of cute. So we're going to go ahead and let the paint dry, and while that paint is drying, I am going to cut a bunch of popsicle sticks to fit on all 4 sides of this. I am not going to cut them up into the peak. I'll do something different up there, but I'll bring you back when I have all these popsicle sticks cut, because that's going to take a little while and I don't want you guys to get bored. I apologize if I've been out of frame for some of this. It's kind of difficult to keep it in frame when you're concentrating on what you're doing. But anyway, it looks a little bit rough, but you know, it's just like a little cabin, little old rundown inn. And I'm not done yet, so when I'm all done, it won't look quite so rough. So what I'm going to do next is I am going to take some of this Red Apple by Apple Barrel paint, and I'm going to thin it down into kind of like a wash, and I'm going to give this a wash of this red paint all over it. So I'm gonna have to get another little container of water to mix it in, because I really do want it to be just like a stain, like an old weathered red stained building. And I'm gonna go anywhere where there's the wood, up into the peak and all over. I'm gonna try to go carefully around the frame of the sign. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do next. So as you saw, I decided I needed to age it up a bit more. So I just took some of my burnt umber on a dry brush and just aged it a little. Made it look a little bit more worn out and tattered. You know, this has been sitting in the woods for a while, this Ladybug Hotel. And I'm almost done, but I do want to add a few more touches. I have this wooden ladybug cut out, and I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And I'm going to put that right there as part of the sign to the hotel. Let the ladybugs know this is where they need to come for the winter, for their hibernation. So let's glue that on. This glue is everywhere. My little pokey tool I got from Dollar Tree. Get those pieces of glue out of there. There we go. So there's that. And then the last little touches I want to do is I've got some of this green reindeer moss, and I'm going to glue that all the way around the base of this birdhouse. And before I do that, I am going to take some more of my burnt umber and I'm going to paint the edges and the bottom of this in that burnt umber color, just so that the reindeer moss will blend in. And then I've got some of this Spanish moss, and I'm just going to put a little here and there, kind of hanging off the edges to kind of conceal the seams a little bit more. This is going to look real old and rustic. one last final touch I thought it needed. I took one of these little wooden mushrooms that I got from Dollar Tree, and I painted the base white, obviously, and then the cap, I took a mixture of burnt umber and white and mixed it together with just a tiniest bit of, what is this called? Brushed bronze in with it. And then I used the brushed bronze to make the little spots. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue the little mushroom right on the corner here. And that will be the final touch, and it will be done. I think I need to put a little glue on the back of the mushroom too, just so it'll hold to the edge of the building. And here it is all done. I will be sharing with you where I place this during my Christmas home decor tour, which will be coming up very, very soon, so keep an eye out for that. I had so much fun creating this little ladybug hotel. I hope you enjoyed watching me create it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below, and we will talk to you all later. Bye-bye, friends!